As I said in the introduction of the course, we are going to use a completely vanilla version of Debian. The kernel version is the previous one and the repositories are the default ones. The first step is to install the Nerdfonts from this repository. You can install all of them, patch some fonts, or install only a specific font. I am going to leave you this script that allows you to download and install a font family in a simpler way. In the variable font, you define the name of the font family. It has to be the same name as the folders that are here. On this page, you can see a preview of all the fonts. Here you also define the path where the font will be installed, and the version. I like the Meixsell family, so I will install that one. You can install all of them if you want. Once the configuration is ready, we simply run it with bash or dash. Perfect, the font has been installed. We can check it by changing the font in the terminal. In the case of the Meixsell family, the font that has all the icons is this one. Okay, the next step is to install the ZSH shell and other shell utilities. These are all the dependencies, so we proceed to install them. In the case of Debian, the LSD and FD packages have to be installed in a different way. To install FD, we have to use a different name. And to install LSD, we have to do it by downloading and installing it manually from the official repository. Once this is done, the next step is to install the Meixsell framework that allows us to install plugins to ZSH. It will ask us if we want to use the default ZSH shell. We say yes and enter the password. Then we proceed to install the Powerlevel10k theme. For the changes to take effect, we have to restart the computer. To activate the Powerlevel10k theme, we have to change the ZSH configuration file and change the theme. To reload the shell, we use the source command. It will open a menu where we will have to configure the theme options. Once you have configured the theme, you are done. Use the command you see on the screen if you want to reconfigure the theme. The next step is to install the text highlighting and autocomplete plugins. We simply have to clone the official repositories and change the plugins variable in the ZSH configuration file. Then we install Fuzzy Finder by cloning the repository and running the installation script. I will leave a video in the description where you can learn more about this tool. As additional options, we can add some personal utilities to the ZSH configuration file. This one enables us the Vim mode to move faster over the commands. Here we define some useful aliases. In ZSH by default, we can move between various options using the Tab key and the arrow keys, but with this configuration we can move using the Control key and the Vim keys HJKL. And finally, I also like to define these two scripts that allow us to move faster using Fuzzy Finder. In the case of Debian, it seems that the bat command is executed as batcat, and the fd command is executed as fdfind. For everything to work correctly, the simplest solution is to link these applications with another name. Once this is done, it should work. With the shortcut Ctrl+F, we can open a menu with which we can move faster between folders. Besides, it gives us a small preview of the folder content. With the shortcut Ctrl+K, we can open a text file with our editor of choice with a preview of the file. We can navigate over the preview using Ctrl+D and Ctrl+U like in Vim. I have NeoVim as default editor, but for now we are going to configure it with Classic Vim, since we did not install NeoVim yet. With the shortcut Ctrl+S, we enabled a recursive search function to use it with any command. Finally, we are going to install my favorite terminal, Kitty, because it is very customizable. It has an integrated multiplexer, and it will make our work easier when we install NNN, but you can use the terminal you want. There is really not much difference. Again, in the case of Debian, the Kitty version is very old, so we are going to install it using the official installation script. The installation script places the executable in this address, so we have to link it to some folder of the path to be able to execute it. Finally, we only have to configure the terminal. I will leave you my configuration file, which contains the theme and shortcuts. You have to locate this file in this address. Here you have to define the font that you have installed. I recommend you to see more information in case you want to enable more options. And ready, we have finished configuring everything related to the terminal. In the next video, we will install and configure i3. If you liked the video, remember that you can support me via PayPal. Thank you very much for making it this far. See you in the next line of code.